Picture this. You're a journalist who's been covering local news stories, nothing controversial, when suddenly you've secured a competitive position as a foreign political correspondent for the New York Times. It pays more than 10 times what you currently make, and the opportunity would help you advance in your career significantly. Your first assignment is to write about up-and-comers in the rival political party of your country, and to analyze how well their proposed policies are received by locals. The catch? The current administration has been vigilantly censoring dissidents online, and you believe that your article is bound to spark some flames. Additionally, this administration has been notorious for jailing or even executing journalists that have published pieces promoting the opposing political party. This decision has been weighing down on you. On one hand, you have an opportunity to bring the true political situation in this country to light and take your career to the next level, but on the other, you risk becoming a public enemy for years to come and potentially endangering the lives of you and your loved ones. Would you take it? This is a difficult choice. And for those who take it, many often do get censored, imprisoned, or killed. For those living in countries where governments actively police all forms of conventional media, it's practically impossible to share information on a large scale. But what if there was a way to keep journalists' works available, easily accessible, and well organized for the public to read? Introducing the Uncensored Library. Launched in March of 2020 by Reporters Without Borders, the Uncensored Library is a publicly accessible server that showcases the work of journalists living in countries with high levels of censorship and provides information on the state of press freedom for every country in the world. The best part? It's all made in Minecraft. The Uncensored Library is a server that anyone can access at the IP visit.uncensoredlibrary.com, as long as you're running 1.14 or higher. It's made of more than 12.5 million blocks and was built using a neoclassical architectural style. It has large structures commemorating journalists who were killed in the line of duty in Mexico, Russia, Vietnam, Saudi Arabia, and Egypt, with a few articles per exhibit written in Minecraft books and the audio transcript recorded on music discs. In the main dome, all 180 countries and regions that are ranked by the World Press Freedom Index have brief descriptions of their history with press censorship written on Minecraft books. FitMC made a great tour of the server, which I've linked in the description, where he goes through all of the exhibits and provides his honest reactions to each one. By the way, I actually recorded a tour, but the video was corrupted, so please enjoy these screenshots of me at different parts of the library instead. It looks beautiful, and I became curious about how such a magnificent work of art was made and maintained. What were the challenges of making this build? Were there attempts by governments to take down the server? And what's in store for the future of the Uncensored Library? To answer my questions, I tried reaching out to the Reporters Without Borders representative directly, but So instead, I reached out to Blockworks, the British building group that was responsible for physically constructing the library, and managed to get an interview with one of their organic builders, Mega.
I'm a 17-year-old based in Sweden. I work for Blockworks, the company tasked with building the library and also hosting the online server. Really what we do at Blockworks is just commissions for companies where we build stuff in Minecraft, like recreating a office complex or something like that. The library was a bit of a different project because it was entering that political world. Really what we did was we were tasked by DDB Berlin, which is the marketing agency for the project, to just build this huge world in Minecraft. Basically, I am the main organic guy, so I will build the more organic stuff. So you might have seen the hand statue that's placed in front of the library. Yeah, so for example, I built that, and I also built, there's a Kraken in the Russian room.
How large is the map as a whole?
I think if I'm not mistaken, that the world is 2,000 by 2,000 blocks.
For such a large map, how long did it take you guys to build it from start to finish?
At the start, our project managers were talking to the client about how we were going to do the project, and that process took about 2 months. Then the entire team got involved, and that building phase took about 3 months from start to finish.
In terms of like the raw building, what was the most challenging part of it?
Not necessarily the build, but the topic that it was centered around was probably the most difficult, because the topic that we're working with is so sensitive, well, press freedom, and it's very sensitive in certain areas on the globe, and we've had to make sure that anything we build isn't offensive to countries. We had a lot of versions of the library where we had to make some things and add another to make sure that the library wasn't interpreted as offensive.
Have people from those countries ever tried to disrupt the server in any way since its release?
We had some attacks at the release of the project, and they were mainly like DDoS attacks. Basically, someone sent a lot of information to the server, making it crash, basically.
When was the last time a new article was added to the library?
Roughly in October this year, we added a new section for the Eritrea, and that includes a couple articles from that country.
What do you see as the future of the Uncensored Library?
Obviously, I would like for the server to make some sort of change in the world. I hope that we can keep the server open and the website and keep the word alive, because I think it's an important topic to talk about. And if you're interested in our work, just check out Blockworks. We got a couple other interesting projects.
After that interview, I got a better understanding of the sheer amount of planning and time that went into putting together a structure of such massive scale. It's very impressive how the server has been maintained despite the numerous attempts initially to take it down. And even if the server does eventually come to an end, its accessibility has allowed for multiple world downloads to be taken, so that the server can always live on in some capacity. As long as people are still online and more people are becoming informed about the important issue of press censorship around the world, I count that as a win in my book. Thank you for watching this video. If you want to see more content like this in the future, please consider subscribing. And I'm really glad that you decided to spend some time with me learning about how the Uncensored Library is winning the fight for press freedom. Thank you.